It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Looking at Boston, this is their final meeting of the season with this squad, and they've lost all 3 prior games. They'd like to avoid the sweep if possible. Almost the end of the regular season, several teams looking very good for the playoffs. Kenny, what's more valuable, having well-rested players or getting home court advantage?
Easy. If you're banged up, rest. If you're healthy, home court advantage. Easy, Ernie. But the rhythm and momentum are just as important entering the postseason.
You know what, Ernie, back in the day,
And during the few moments that we have left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of population.
Welcome, fans, to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Well, it was the Toronto Raptors in their last game, a loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3 slot. Now here's DeRozan. 20 points for him last game against Cleveland. And one thing about DeMar DeRozan, such sweet mid-range jump shots, his bread and butter in college, and Greg, the same here in the pros.
And he gets tremendous lift going up. Really squares himself to the rim and releases it quickly. Almost an impossible shot to defend.
Here is Lowry. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Valanciunas with a screen on Thomas. Lowry, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
That drops. Johnson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
On the wing, DeRozan for the 3, and that one's good. DeRozan's got 5 points so far.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Thomas against Lowry. Pass to Olynyk. Here's Crowder. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
The drive by Lowry. And Boston with the rebound. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
Toronto with the ball, following the bucket by the Celtics. Patterson setting the pick for Lowry. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to. Oh, wow.
It's a Beautiful change.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Here is Lowry following the bucket by the Celtics. That's good. And that's now 7 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Lowry against Thomas. Kicks to Olynyk. Here's Bradley. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. The shot by Lowry, no good.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Toronto trailing, and here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here's Thomas. He's coming off a 25-point game against Atlanta. Nice ball movement by Boston. Lowry against Thomas. Now here is Lowry. He's guarded closely. Patterson can't get it to go.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Johnson with the block. They get it back. Fade away. And the shot is good. 9 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Kevin, gorgeous fadeaway there. I mean, that's one way to beat some tight defense.
Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished. Struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. But he settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Here is Ross after the made shot from Evan Turner. Ross on the wing. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. The pass to Joseph. 5 on the clock. Off the pick. No good. Now Boston takes it the other way.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Outside Scola. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. That's good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And Joseph kicks to Scola from 13. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Here's Thomas. He got it up. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a three at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
Couldn't agree more. That'll give them a nice little lift, I think, going into the next quarter.
And DeMar DeRozan, a star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back.
A lot of people never really pay no attention to the Raptors. They just look at the Raptors like another team, you know. So when I came, you know, I just wanted to bring that feeling back and the excitement that everybody had for the Raptors.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince Carter at his best couldn't change.
And, you know, I don't even know if winning a championship would change that. Quite honestly, even if DeMar won the MVP. Just saying.
Yeah. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Celtics, Jay Crowder out there with Johnson. Then there's Smart. Then it's Jared Sullinger. And it's Turner in at the 1 spot. Clock at 6. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Powell down low. Turner covering. The shot by Powell, no good.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Smart misses. And the Raptors shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Lowry against Johnson. And it's Lowry penetrating. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
Olynyk, he's checked in for the Celtics. Bradley comes in for Marcus Smart. And then for Toronto, Valanciunas comes in for Biyombo. And Damari Carroll subbed in for Powell.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Pass to Patterson. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wide open look. Buries the jump shot. Patterson's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Toronto. Well, getting back to Kyle Lowry, the reason he's always a triple-double threat, Clark, because of his great work on the glass for a guard. Tough, strong, relentless, and committed to getting rebounds.
He's got the attitude of a power forward, even though he is a point guard.
Good
That's
point,
why he's one of the best rebounding guards in the league. It's his mentality.
Outside DeRozan. Screened by Valanciunas. Leaner from distance. The Raptors rebound, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
Now here's Carroll. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. And Valanciunas kicks to Carroll. Outside DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Bradley. Boston, no good that time either.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Now it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
Thomas checked in for Boston. And then for Toronto, Luis Scola. He's checked in for Patterson. Ross comes in for Damari Carroll. And it's Joseph in for DeMar DeRozan. Bradley, that's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Bradley's got his second bucket.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Lowry against Thomas. Ross with a wide open look. Here's Valanciunas. They shoot again, and it's good on the way in. Valanciunas has got the lead up to 5 now for Toronto.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Thomas kicks to Johnson. That's good.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
1:27 left to play here in the half. The feed now to Scola. The rebound by the Celtics. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Crowder, and again it's Boston converting.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half. Clock at 6. Bradley against Ross. Joseph. From beyond the arc and then some. Joseph's got 5 now. 43 seconds left to play in the first half. Thomas passes to Olynyk. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Now here's Joseph, guarded by Bradley. And Joseph kicks to Valanciunas. Shoots from 8, falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. Thomas against Lowry. Now here's Johnson. He's guarded closely. Thomas, no good. Here's Joseph. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. And we've reached halftime in this one. The Raptors out in front.
Okay, Kevin, here with
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. DeMar DeRozan brought his A game early tonight. He had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
The job their guys have done in the post have been terrific. If they get more of that production in the paint next half, they'll be very tough to beat. They're taking advantage of the late rotations, and they're going right inside and straight to the rim.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
They need...
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will...
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
So the Raptors 5 right now. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3, the small forward. And the second free throw, good.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard. Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And the basket by Olynyk.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
It's stolen by Carroll. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Bradley. DeRozan with the rebound. DeRozan's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Passes to Lowry. Back to DeRozan. Beyond the arc. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Here's where Toronto sits right now in the league rankings. Second in points off turnovers. Third in opponent points per game. And they also show up as a top 5 three-point shooting team. I mean, that's tall cotton there. Elite level marksmanship from behind the arc.
And you talk about their points off turnovers. A great combination of offense and defense. Really a blitzing style on both ends of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Jared Sullinger's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Jerebko comes in for Johnson. Turner's checked in for Crowder. And Smart subbed in for Avery Bradley. It's DeRozan with the drive. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 6.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
The Raptors making a switch here. Fouls checked in. Celtics trail by 11. Thomas kicks to Sullinger. And stolen by Biyombo. Fast break Toronto. Lowry leading the charge. Patterson dishes to Lowry. Launches it. And it's DeRozan missing.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Patterson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Out to DeRozan. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Dishes it to Sullinger. Left side, Turner trying to get back on track. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
And again, no good by Toronto. The Celtics have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. Jerebko, the pass to Turner. Boston again missing.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Feeds it to Powell. Patterson, the screen. Clock at 6. On the wing, DeRozan. Turner covering. DeRozan's shot is good. What about Kyle Lowry on offense? The last 2 seasons, he's been absolutely dominant, Clark.
Yeah, he's developed enough as a point guard now to where he really knows how to direct and lead his team. He's not just a catalyst anymore. He's a leader, and that's the big difference I see with him. And his shot has become more refined.
Raptors leading by 13. Finished off the break. Lowry's got 6 points in the quarter. 1:16 left to play here in the third. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And here again, the Raptors in transition. Up the court they go. Here's Powell. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing efforts at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Patterson. Ross comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Celtics trail by 17. Outside Thomas. He feeds it to Smart. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Biyombo with the block. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Some changes for Boston. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Sullinger. Jay Crowder comes in for Jerebko. And Bradley's subbed in for Thomas. Valanciunas, who's checked in for Toronto. Just 3 to shoot. Boston, no good that time either.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Ross on the wing. To the inside. Scola. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The Raptors shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Celtics making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And he can't hit the second. Celtics trail by 18. Outside Turner. Looking to end the run. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Turner's got 7 points in the game. Now here's Joseph. Turner covering. Turner with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. Here's Johnson. And got hung up on the dunk. Quite enough elevation there, I guess. And here. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Boston shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Johnson. And it's Crowder in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. Here's Carroll. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Carroll's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Toronto. Here's Thomas. Down low, here's Johnson, and Luis Scola gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Patterson, he's checked in for Scola, and it's DeRozan in for Powell. The shot by Carroll, no good. Celtics trail by 18. Here's Bradley. Triple from the wing.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And the Raptors lead by 17. And watching Amir Johnson-Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
Thomas kicks to Johnson. Rebound by the Raptors.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Thomas outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
It will be a Raptors timeout.
And the Raptors call time here.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start, and yet there's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
And Toronto making a change here. Lowry's checked in. DeRozan, a good look. That one wide left. Celtics trail by 17. The three. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Here's Carroll. No luck. Bradley with some nice D. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. The three. No luck. So the Raptors will take it the other way.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Carroll, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 5 here tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Raptors ball.
Raptors leading by 19 points. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. For the three. And another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
And they're going to have a hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that.
Wasted no time on that one. 6 points for Johnson. The Raptors have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. There's the pick. Thomas against Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. And it's DeRozan missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs. And Commissioner Silver taking a bold stance on sports betting. I mean, going in the last season, he wrote that op-ed piece saying that it needs to be legalized federally and basically brought into the light of day.
And for the Celtics, they're shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Raptors.
You're right there, Steve. And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for DeRozan. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general. It's been a tough go for him, just an uncontainable game for Joseph. He's got 8 points and 3 dimes.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Lets it go from 11, and the basket by Rozier. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Joseph. He's tightly guarded. Screened by Scola. Joseph with the ball, and he gets the bucket.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight, but we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business. That's really the area where they'd like all of their shots to come from.
Boston foul called. That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Boston.
Free throw good, Joseph.
At the line for 2.
And Joseph drops them both.
Celtics call timeout.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trail by 23. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
You summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. And so Toronto takes this one. But
Kyle, congratulations on this win. Tell us what the team's objective was tonight that most helped in getting this victory.
Everybody played. We all played together. We stayed, aggressive and stayed the course of the game.
Cohesiveness and aggressiveness, a pretty good combination. Thanks for the time, Kyle. Guys?
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that about does it for the final game.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille DeMar DeRozan.
He put in some serious work on the glass, stayed aggressive, put that extra effort in, and chased down those long rebounds.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.